Hey, okay, so this is really happening. All right, I was just about to start scraping this. There's still paint everywhere. Okay. I was going to scrape this because sometimes I get these cool shapes that dry on this. Is this focus? Where's the camera? Oh, here we go. Okay. The light sucks. I'm sorry. And then I was going to scrape this right off and maybe use it for some jewelry, setting some like fake stones. If you put some resin on it on top, it looks like a stone, or you can use a real stone. There's lots of stuff that you can buy at the craft store. Let me tilt the camera so you can see what I'm doing. So basically, I am just, is that working? Okay, here we go. So basically I'm just going along the edges, and you can start to peel it up like that. And both sides, well, this was a dirty pan. Sometimes both sides, if one side's ugly, the other side's pretty. So these drippings, I know this must get a lot of us upset, but we can use these. I mean, that would be great in a cabochon. I mean, that would be so pretty, especially with like a shine on it. This you can wet, you can wash. It's a little dusty, it's been outside. It's like plastic, you know, you can kind of form it to do whatever you want. So I am working outside. I need to find a new solution. Oh, this is cool. What if you did like a double-sided thing? I wonder if you could do that. There was this one pendant I was thinking of doing double-sided. Maybe if you put it on something like a piece of glass, and then, I don't know. Ooh, that would be a cool thing to experiment with. So, I'd like to bring my bench out here, but I might have to set up shop in our shed, because this paint pouring addiction has, oh, that cell is so cute, I wish I could save it. This paint pouring addiction has literally taken over the entire house. And I'm not getting very good feedback on that. So I had time to find another thing. I love the Facebook groups. You guys like give so many ideas, and I love it. So I have some hope. See, you can kind of just pick it up. Oh, the back is pretty psychedelic. And the thing is with these skins, don't right away put it down on a wood table. I'll tell you that because I learned the hard way. Oh, I unplugged the light. Wait, did I? There we go. Oh, okay, here we go. So if it folds over, it'll stick to itself. So be careful there. But I mean, if you feel like you want to save something, try to save it. Cut it out of the Yupo, or you can try and get it off like a skin, like I'm doing. Super stretchy too. Some of it has crazy stretchy. I have so many skins. I have, you know, you can use the Anne-Marie just mentioned in the video. You can use. Oh, sorry, there's a little bug. You can use the stencils. They have. Up here. You can let these dry. I would let it dry on something that's not like, that it won't adhere to. You know, that's the trick. Like cloth is usually pretty good. I have a tablecloth that it just doesn't stick to. Sometimes it's still wet, so you want to be careful too. And you know, you can do a lot of stuff with this. So I want to maybe do a demo with some skins. I gotta decide if I'm gonna use my good silver and do it on silver and solder a bezel around it, because in some of these skins, that's why they call it skin. You see how it like just peels up? In some of these skins, there's a lot of really cool shapes that I would like to do besides just a circle or an oval. Oh, this is really beautiful. I want to save this. So I'm gonna try and get this. That's really beautiful. Do you see that? I don't know how much you see. I really don't know what you see. I like try to wash these things after. I was like, maybe I can video this. Maybe somebody else who would like to save some of their beautiful spillage would like to see how I do it, and then maybe offer how they do it, and we can all find a better way to do things. So, doing this right now, I need to, I have a ton of these sheet pans all over there. Not the house, it's not in the kitchen. See, I just kind of gently unsticking it from the bottom. Do you see how I'm pulling it? But be careful again not to let it get glued onto itself, because it will do that quickly. Okay, gently. Don't worry about saving every little piece, but one part, maybe it's not dry yet. Okay, so because that's not fully dry, I'm gonna just kind of give it some air, let it dry. I'm not gonna worry about folding it perfectly flat, but I just don't want it on top of it, so. Okay, here we go. Alright, this is very cool stuff to work with. I have some super dry ones and they dry really nicely. And I even tried to dry gloves because I had such a pretty glove once, but it was super wrinkled and it did not dry nicely. But I mean, like I said, it's like a skin. You can literally, it's super pliable. You can mess with it, play with it. I don't really care about this skin. I'm not a big pink person, but I have some beautiful skins. Like I made my mother-in-law this gorgeous, she likes rusty colors and sage colors and neutrals, and you know, she likes pops of color. She likes blues and stuff. But I made her this rusty painting that I thought she'd like. I was inspired by Anne Marie when she did that rusty. She was playing with the rust a few weeks back. And now I have some drippings that I'm going to try to use for a capuchon. I already peeled them off. This is from my purple weekly challenge experiment. It had a lot of pretty spots left over. I might have to let this dry, and I'll be back soon with another video. Maybe we'll put this in a cabochon or something, and I'll show you how to resin on top if you don't know. Alright. Thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe.